Conspiracy Journal podcast. The transmission starts now.
I have face blindness, you guys. I can't recognize anyone. I think everyone's someone else.
Including in this film?
Including in this film.
Today we're talking about Disclosure Day.
That's right.
M-Files, Bobby, Michelle, Greg.
Hey.
Woo, welcome.
Just came out.
Yeah.
We saw, opening weekend. We wanted to get this review and this M-File out to everyone as soon as possible. Yeah.
We saw it together in the theater because we're friends in real life. Suck it.
Yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
We went to Lincoln Square in New York City, and they had these big setups where you could take your picture with the Disclosure Day
Bird.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, the cardinal.
Put your face in a bird.
Put your face in a bird and get your picture taken. So that was fun. We
You
saw it
mean
in.
get your picture uploaded to the Matrix?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. You know what I did? I ran away.
Yeah.
I don't want my picture in there.
Yo, my face is in everything anyway.
Yo,
I'm just
Greg's-
throwing it onto a weird movie poster.
Yeah.
I'm just whatever, man.
Yep.
I'm already captured.
The
so.
CCTV is getting sick of Greg. He seeks them out.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
does a little dance in front of him.
He does,
anytime
I
he
saw him.
gets-
Oh, the dance was for a separate one though. It wasn't the Disclosure Day poster. It was I became a popcorn bucket for AMC.
Okay, you guys, if you have the chance to go to AMC and they put your face on top of a popcorn and you can dance around, you should do it because it's really cute.
Yeah, I was the cutest popcorn bucket.
He
Yeah.
really was.
Unlike this movie.
Uh-oh. All right, I have
That's
to
not really a
say-
slam.
Yeah.
It's calling it not. I don't think anybody would be like, "Oh, it's such a cute movie."
Yeah, it was not a
that
cute.
type of film.
Well, it was. I mean, it had some cute parts.
Okay.
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, I mean, where do you guys want to start? What's really gotten your craw? What do you really want to get
Well,
into?
I think, first of all, here at the Conspiracy Journal, obviously we love movies. We have a whole segment every month that we do, the M-Files, because we love movies.
That's right.
And I, for one, was so pumped about this movie.
I think a lot of people were.
I was
yeah.
excited
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I
same.
thought it was going to be like in 1996 when Independence Day came out, which, by the way, we will do Independence Day next month. It was like a blockbuster. I won't call it a life-changing movie, but it was like an event. I remember still 30 years later going to the movies and seeing that movie, This, I wanted to be like that,
Sure.
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
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 Compared to that, I mean, I did enjoy watching it,
Mhm.
but it ultimately felt forgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best way,
Sorry, Steven.
I was trying to
Yeah.
describe it was just enough happened in this movie to keep me from being completely bored out of my mind.
Yeah. That
Mhm.
said,
Like-
I just said it was forgettable, but it was paced very well.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like 2 hours and 25 minutes, which is good. It's not easy
Yeah.
to do. A lot of films
But
drag.
it was was it 2 hours 25? You said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was there was 25 minutes of movie in this thing.
Yeah, a lot of empty calories.
It
It was
was
well
just-
paced, but a lot of empty calories. yeah.
Just nothing happened for the first 2 acts of the film, and it was just them getting chased around, and it was I don't know, spoilers, everybody. If you haven't seen it or you're gonna go see it, definitely pause and then come back. But
Please come back.
nothing.
Unless you don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, nothing in this movie, nothing happens in the movie until the third act. And the third act should have been the opening of the movie. Because the idea of disclosure, everyone's seeing it because they know what's going to happen. So the big reveal at the end was everyone was waiting for it. Everyone knew it was coming. Your big surprise ending, here's what's finally happening. It's just yeah, that's what the movie is called. We knew this was coming.
Yeah, that was not a great title for this
Yeah.
film. It felt kind of pasted on at the end.
It felt like this was probably meant to be something else, because there was a scene in the movie that made me feel this way. And it was they eventually get to a gas station during this chase where there's a shadowy government agency that's chasing these two people through the wilds of the country. And they get to a gas station and everyone's looting it. And I'm just there was zero
What happened?
explanation for that. Although they tried to con it in a little bit later and being World War III is about
They
to
threw
happen.
out the phrase World War III a couple times.
It was nowhere else in the film where people looting and going crazy. It was just they got to this one place and then all of a sudden it was happening.
It was weird. It wasn't it was looting behavior and looting vibes, but they were paying for stuff.
Yeah.
Which was weird,
Yeah.
but so it was like it felt like it was being looted, but the guy was restocking the shelves as
Right.
they were like looting. It was
Yeah.
it was weird. Like I had to do the math in my head on that because it felt like looting.
Yeah.
But then it was like, no, they're paying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like people
was-
stocking up for a storm. Or
Yeah,
something.
but it was
that's
like
the way it looked.
A
yeah.
weird thing to have to assess in the middle of a film for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like it reminded me of COVID because it was like toilet paper and water is what everyone was taking from
Yeah.
or buying from the gas station
Yeah.
in bulk. But I think
It looks like Entenmann's coffee cake that he was restocking. So
that's so important.
case you have a company.
Give the people what they need.
yeah, that's
you know?
right. That's right.
I think that if I went back and watched the movie, I bet you that the World War III shit would make more sense because there is the part where she's speaking Korean.
Yeah, they just didn't hit it enough. It
They
was there. It
didn't,
was
yeah.
these elements were
Yeah.
there. You're absolutely right. That was part of putting breadcrumbs
Right.
for that for us. And then they just used the phrase World War III, which is like a shortcut to be like, oh, World
That's
War
what's
III.
happening.
But we
That's
had
why I
no
feel-
context about like
Mm-mm.
what was specifically happening in the
Right.
world. To
That's why I
constitute
felt like
World War
it was probably a different movie. In the editing, they just like, oh well, we're gonna make it like this now because like there was nothing about disclosure.
Yeah.
Like from the opening scenes, like and the guys like being chased by this shadowy government agency. They're like, oh, you stole all the things from us, and it's like we know what he has. There's no mystery to what it is he
Right.
took. If it was him stealing it and then like getting away with it and then disclosing it and then the whole movie is just the fallout of like what happens after that.
Right.
Everything in the previews was shown to us and like even in interviews and stuff, it's like it's going to make you question your faith and things like that. And it's like, why? Why would this movie do that?
Right.
Like
I've got-
nothing in this movie that would make you think that. Like
I can tell you part of like why that was happening. This movie was written by David Koepp, who has really like hitched his wagon to Spielberg,
Mhm.
or vice versa, to the tune of that he's the fourth most successful screenwriter of all time,
Whoa.
box office wise, 2.97 billion.
Whoa.
So he was like Jurassic Park, like Indiana Jones stuff, War of the World. He's on those things. But guess how many drafts were written of this film?
I can't imagine.
Just throw out a number.
1.
42.
Holy shit.
So to your point, like this was a different film.
Yeah.
For sure. Like these elements were probably fleshed out differently at some point or
Because,
had
like,
a
it's-
different vibe.
It felt like something else was supposed to be happening and then this movie was the end result. Maybe like someone stepped in and was like, hey, you can't talk about this, because even in terms of disclosure, they talked about what, Roswell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was it. Oh, one crash in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They kind of at the end when they like disclosed, it was like, I mean, they built to like actual like footage of live aliens, but what they opened with was like stuff that we've all seen
Yeah.
like on the news regularly. So like that part of like, look at this was like nothing. It meant nothing to us because we've seen that
Right.
for a while now. Like that part has actually happened. And I tried not to know anything about this film because I love
Same.
seeing movies that way, to go
Me
in with
too.
no preconceived notions. But I really felt like I thought we were going to get a little bit more like government disclosure. I thought we were going to be like multifaceted disclosure. I didn't
Yeah.
know it was just going to be like aliens are real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. And like, and
Literally,
then it
that's
just
the
ends.
end of the movie.
Yeah.
It just sort of ends. Like, oh my God. It was so bizarre.
They brought an alien in and then they whispered a
Yeah.
little bit. And then they were like, she was like, what'd she say? Listen.
Listen.
yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
And that look. Listen.
Look, listen. Everybody,
guys.
relax.
Check it out.
There was so much in this movie that like I had like 15 unanswered questions because it was like a plot that they were starting, like some sort of storyline, or at least something that was just like, this will pay off later in the film.
Yeah.
And then just doesn't.
Right.
And it was just like, okay, well, they just dropped that. And part of the idea of like why I felt like this was supposed to be different was the character Hugo. Like
Which one is Hugo?
Hugo
Coleman Domingo.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
incredible.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
great.
man, what a great performance.
But why did he know everything? Why were they building a replica of this lady's house that he didn't know?
Yeah.
How did he have the
Nathan
information?
for you style.
Yo.
Like,
I
why
can't
did he
even-
have that information?
Yeah.
Like, how did he know what it looked like?
So at some point they were chatting and they, the guy who's not Pedro Pascal,
That's so far from any character in this movie, the comparison, that I honestly don't even know who you're talking about. when it is, I forget who we saw recently. I can usually correct you correctly, but that one's so far off base.
Antonio Banderas.
Well, it was somebody.
He's one
Yeah,
somebody.
he wasn't in this.
It
either.
wasn't that. Somebody you thought recently was Benicio del Toro,
Oh.
and it wasn't.
Fuck,
But I forget
know.
who it was. I can usually get there, but I have no idea who you thought Pedro Pascal was.
Yeah, you do.
Coleman Domingo is a black man.
No, the bad guy.
Colin Firth?
Colin Firth.
Yes. Colin Firth.
Just
Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal.
That's the only thing they have in common is that they are male actors.
Listen.
But go on. Yeah, there's something he said.
Pedro Pascal would have been a better cast.
Yeah, he would
By
have
the
been
way,
great.
sorry,
Yeah.
Colin.
Colin-
He was pretty flat.
Yeah,
Yep.
he wasn't great. If Pedro was him, it would have been better. That's
sure.
for sure. That's yeah, definitely. Anyway, he said something to Hugo or whatever. People were talking about your friend, blah blah blah. And what I picked up from that is that Hugo made friends with the alien. So maybe the alien can talk to him with
Okay.
the one that we have alive. And probably that's why he knows what happened to them when they were like sweet little babies.
But like Hugo didn't know who she was.
Not on sight, but he knew
like,
that
you-
she existed.
Okay, that she existed.
Yeah,
but like,
he had
Yeah.
like lost track of her.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, we've been looking for you,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt.
right.
You were doing a sexy newscasting.
So
this
did
whole
he
time
have-
And we didn't know.
Like, and again, like I don't need everything explained in like an exposition dump in the middle of the
Yeah.
movie. I like when it's just like there's just some in-world stuff that
Mm-hmm.
we don't have access to that info. I'm cool with that. But this was just like it seemed like there was something missing. Like
Yeah.
There was. Yeah, we were willing to give him all the in-world stuff with like how that company works and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But yeah, the fact that he had like some deeper knowledge and
Mm-hmm.
was it like a whisperer of these two or with the aliens, like that was a little undeveloped.
Yeah.
And it was like the one thing I did like in regards to them like building that house and stuff was just that like you saw it in the background all the time.
I loved
like when
that,
it would
yeah.
cut to him on the phone talking to someone, you saw them like is he on a film set like
Yeah.
or like what are like what's
Yeah.
being constructed there and like so that was a cool payoff.
It was well done storytelling wise, that element. Yeah.
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 But again, like why were they like how did he have all of the details of this girl's house?
It was
that
a
he
little bit.
didn't know.
Yeah, they like built the house so that she could like travel back to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like that could have been accomplished just like in any room talking to her.
Yeah.
They
it's
could have
like-
just been
Yeah.
like, close your eyes and like hold on to this thing and think back.
No, you guys. This was a
But they were like, no, we-
Steven Spielberg level therapy session.
Senior Spielberg. I did appreciate that there was like a little pallet with like fertilizer in front of the garage.
Yeah.
in the fake house. I was like, yeah, I get it.
I loved the fake house.
Yeah.
I loved the building it. I loved
I also-
being
sorry.
in it.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
go ahead. No, you go.
I love that. Like Emily Blunt was good in this.
Mm-hmm.
I liked her. I thought she kind of nailed what they asked her to do with that
Yeah.
character, and I kind of love that there was a moment where she's like, "What are you doing? Why did you build my house? What is this for? What's
Yeah.
going on?"
Yeah.
You know, and she was really like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like you psychos? Like what are
Yeah.
you trying to do?" Yeah,
I thought her performance was amazing.
yeah.
You know, there's parts where like I don't like this lady, but she crushed this lady.
Yeah,
you know?
I felt like the acting, and again, like that goes back to me saying just enough happened to keep me
Yeah.
interested because I was just slumped and just being like, what the fuck?
Oh.
And but yeah, I would say like the acting, the writing probably it wasn't really good at all, but like how they portrayed what they were given like worked.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed like their performances.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though like the writing was just kind of shit. Like it
She
was-
made a lot of fun choices for her character.
Absolutely.
And like
Absolutely.
it felt like her dialogue was like written by a different person almost.
Right,
Because she
yeah.
made such a like meal of it, like in a
Yeah.
good way. Like
Yeah.
she was really fun to watch. And like that little like banter that she had with
Yeah.
multiple different people was really good.
That's true. Everyone was in a drama
Yeah.
and she was in real life.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I felt like it was weird casting her like boyfriend husband
Mhm.
was. It took me a while to place. It was Kurt Russell's son.
What?
Yeah,
Who's
he's in
Goldie
a-
Hawn? Is his mom?
No, I think the other before.
Oh,
He's
oh, okay.
what's her name's sister?
Uh,
Kate Hudson. I think
yeah.
is the sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
so
I guess
maybe
half-sister.
maybe half sister. Anyways, that's
Anyway.
not the point. They were a weird couple to me. She's only a few years older than him, but his character and his vibe. Maybe it's because he was like a musician or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like it felt weird when they first came on screen. I was like, is she supposed to be his mom? and then it was like they're together, and it's like, no shit. Emily Blunt's a beautiful lady who happens to be the same age as me, so I'm not saying anything in that. It just felt like it was a weird pair
Right.
for them. Yeah. They were a weird pair to me, anyways.
When we first meet them, we're in their house. And this is one of those things that I always find funny in movies where they're supposed to be like struggling or whatever. And they
have some fancy
fucking
lofts.
gorgeous multi-million-dollar apartment.
I always thought about that in like watching TV shows and things like that, where it's just like, how do they afford this place?
Oh, yeah, like Friends
Yeah,
or whatever.
they
They're like
don't
a bunch
have
of out of
jobs.
work guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She had a sick kitchen.
Dude, that was a beautiful apartment. I felt like they were struggling more like, where are we going in our life?
Right. I guess she
Rather
is
than
on
financially.
TV. She's probably making okay money.
Yeah. And he was like,
Yeah, he's working at like the Piggly Wiggly on like the
Wednesdays and Saturdays, he's playing his
Wednesdays and
acoustic guitar at the bar.
Yeah.
I guess, that apartment came from her
Yeah, for sure.
Kansas City weathercaster salary. But also, I mean, I don't know what the cost of living in Kansas City. If you need a sick loft, Kansas City's probably a good place to get one
True.
for much less than you get it here.
Good point. She also had like funny clothes. I feel like the stylist, I feel like everyone who was involved in her character and her team were like really good.
Yeah, her clothing really fit with her character and she really inhabited it
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
it was probably the only time that like Steven Spielberg's color palette came out, because
Yeah.
he used to be so colorful.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you go back to all of his old movies, everything like looked great and saturated. And, like every frame was just full of color and like mood, and like every color choice told a story on its own.
Right.
After maybe like Minority Report, everything got like washed out gray.
Gray.
Like
yeah.
every movie from that point on. And like surprisingly, like that was probably his last good movie. Yeah. And then like for her and for her character, it was like a standout. Like everything she wore had like a punch and a color and a character to it.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah. I thought Josh O'Connor was good, but like
What else do we know him from? Is he the boy?
he's the
male counterpart to
Robot Ears from Grandma's Boy.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Oh
what we
my
really
God.
know him from.
How could they see me?
Yeah, you
I
would.
love
You
that
would
guy.
if you had metal legs. Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You would if you had robot ears.
Yeah.
Dude, one part of the
yeah,
movie,
I'm thinking about getting metal legs. Yeah.
one part of the movie that like really pissed me off. Not pissed me off. That maybe that's a bit strong. But I was just like so irritated watching it was when
They dumped the car.
no, but like I somehow knew that was about to happen when they dumped it off the cliff. But it was before that when he was stealing the car and he was like hiding behind a see-through fence.
Okay.
And he was
I
like
have to
sneaking,
admit, yeah.
and like what? No one saw him. I'm like, don't like, just start running, man.
It's because of the washed out color palette. Camouflage, dude. He camoed right in with that.
But he
shit.
was like right
Yeah.
next to them, and like they're like they obviously would see him.
Yeah.
If he was trying to hide behind this like wooden fence that
I
like
have
you
to
can see.
admit, that whole scene is so problematic because the buildup is also amazing. So like he's on the phone with Hugo
Yeah.
and he's doing his thing, and then she somehow knows his fucking phone number, calls him, and is
Yeah.
like, "You're fucking burned, buddy," you know.
Yeah.
And that his girlfriend, whatever her name was, Jane or whatever,
Yeah.
is compromised,
Yeah.
you know. And so like that scene was like great, you know. We got some real
Totally.
action going on,
Yeah.
and then he does. It's like a horse fence, like one of the. It's just like
it's
two
a split rail
beams.
fence. If
Split-
you're
yeah.
a fence aficionado, it's called a split rail fence.
Yeah. Not a horse fence. I actually have no idea.
I would have.
What a
I don't know
horse
what I
fence-
would have called
Yeah.
it. Like horse
Yeah.
fence made sense to my
Yeah.
brain. I was like, yeah,
Well,
it's a
I
horse
just-
fence.
I've only seen horses in that type
Yeah.
of fence.
If you're not a fence aficionado, it's just one of those fences that's got posts and then a wood beam on top and a wood beam in the middle, and that's it. Very see through.
It's totally see through.
Not hiding anybody.
Maybe like 4 feet
or anything.
high. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't.
Hey, he was
even-
crouching.
Yeah.
He crouched a
Yeah,
little bit.
it was funny. Like he was seen better when he crouched because he was in that big open gap. And
That was outrageous, but I was like giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like everyone is out of their cars. They're all walking the other way.
Yeah.
So there is
All of the super tactically trained special
yeah, no
operations
one's
people.
You know, and there's no 360
Nobody
coverage.
No.
looks behind them at all ever.
Never.
Even to the point where, sorry, yeah, Yeah, go
No,
ahead. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was outrageous.
Yeah.
You know, like I had to do a lot of like like I had to talk myself down during that scene and be like, you know what? He's awesome. He's look at him. Like, what are the balls on this guy?
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
still not onto him. He gets a car, starts driving a car with the door open. They're not alerted to his presence until he crashes into a tree.
Yeah.
So that whole entire scene is so fucked up. But I'm like, should I believe it more because he crashed into a tree? So he gets into like a Mustang muscle car type car. And
But it's blacked
all
out.
of a
It's cool.
sudden doesn't. No, it's a fucking sick car. I don't even like cars.
It was like
that car was a boner.
Dodge
You know?
Charger or Challenger,
Yeah.
one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of they were all Dodges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Even the truck was a Dodge. I noticed that it was a Ram because I drove a Ford F-150 one time. So every time I see a big pickup, I'm like, oh, that's that.
I
And I was
remember
like,
this
no,
driving
that's-
an
it's a-
F-150.
It's a different one. Sorry, I almost killed Greg one time. It was in the desert. It was fine.
This was like just to drop this in as they did in the movie, like every like 20 or 25 minutes, they're like, we're going to do a car chase action scene.
Yeah, no reason.
And then,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all of a sudden he doesn't know how to drive a car. And he's banging this, whatever kind of car it was, a Charger or whatever. He's plowing it into trees, fucking hitting the fence. He drives
Front
it
and
through the
back.
house.
Yeah.
You know, like what happened? And he's going, what am I doing? What am I doing? And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What's happening? Why don't you know how to drive a car all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I've seen you drive a car earlier in this movie. What just happened?
Yeah, that was Emily Blunt. I felt like she saw those moments before because they both had those moments where like they had essentially been like they've been visited by aliens as children and like had received these like two different but like programmings that like worked in conjunction essentially to help humanity or whatever.
Yeah, the
But
guy
anyway-
he was given the ability to
The language of the
the-
universe.
yeah, which was mathematics, and he could understand and like decode things like in his thoughts. And then she was given like empathy.
Yeah, like
Like-
the feeling of humanity to understand everybody. But
Yeah.
but they both had these moments where they were like being controlled outside of themselves to like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And like she sold those moments better. Like
Yeah.
hers, like you understood what was happening a little
Sure.
bit
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than his. He just felt like the same guy who happened to be saying, "What am I doing?"
Right.
But it wasn't like
Oh, so
Yeah.
they were that was like a moment of him like because yeah, like you're like what you're saying, like Emily Blunt's character, like she was like there, like you could tell she was like
yeah, like when she's on the phone, she's like, well, "I don't even
engaging.
know you. How do I have your phone number? What is going on? You're in super danger. Get the fuck out of there."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It,
she's
like-
even like, so and so dropped in on Jane. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, but
like
doesn't
what
mean
am I-
anything to me.
I don't know what that means, but get out of there, dude.
Yeah.
What's funny is I didn't even tell that like he
Me
was
either.
in one of those moments. It was just
Neither
But
did I till you
seamless.
just
Doesn't
said
that
that.
track though? I think
That
that's
makes
what
sense
was
that that's what
going
was
on.
happening.
Yeah, yeah,
It makes that scene less sup.
yeah. That's what was happening in that scene. Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fine. He didn't know how to drive a car because he was being possessed by the aliens.
Yeah, man. Just for like, yeah, my own personal movie fandom. Like, I really loved his character in Grandma's Boy, and then I didn't see him for like 20 years.
Mhm.
He's had this huge breakout, and I'm fucking hyped for this guy.
Yeah,
Love
me
it.
too. Me
I'm
too.
very
Every
excited.
time.
He was in the new Knives Out. He was
Yeah.
in like a couple of indie films last year that were super well reviewed. I'm like, fucking get it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time, we all watch a lot of movies, and every time Bobby will be like, hey, do you know who that is? And I'm always like, fucking no, dude. No, I'd never seen that man before in my life. And when he tells me robot ears, I just lose my mind. Grandma's Boy is such a good, like, I have 10% of my heart belongs to Grandma's Boy.
maybe the rest of this episode could just be how much we love Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. This was a trick segue into getting you to hear a podcast about Grandma, a fucking 17-year-old movie. Yeah.
You know what though? Fuck, what's her name? Not Amy Adams.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Thank you. God damn it! I'm so sorry, everyone on the planet.
Michelle has face and name
I
blindness.
really do.
Yeah.
I love everyone though. It's not because I don't like you.
Yeah. She thought Pedro Pascal was great in this film.
No, I know it wasn't him, but it kind of looks like him sometimes. Whatever.
It doesn't, but
Never.
no,
dude.
no. I'm trying to give you as
Okay.
much leeway as possible.
I just
but-
realized now that you don't know who Pedro Pascal is. Now I'm curious. Like, who do you actually think Pedro
That's it.
Pascal is? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
What was Pedro Pascal in?
oh. He was in that Nicolas Cage movie that I really love.
That's
The
true.
extraordinary weight.
Yeah.
of-
I think it's the unbearable weight of
burden
massive
a burden.
talent.
Yes.
The extraordinary weight of extraordinary weight.
The unbearable
Extra-
lightness
yeah.
of being,
That's
with
right.
that Pedro Pascal and
The
Nicolas Cage.
extraordinary weight of having face and name blindness
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it's unbearable, you guys.
I just I'd forgotten about it. But the movie just opened up with a wrestling match. That was like a weird
That was-
setting
yeah.
that was-
for their drop to happen.
Also,
That never came back at
Yeah,
any
there was
point.
no reason for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was a fun ass way to start the movie.
It
though. I
was,
got
but it didn't
pumped.
make any fucking sense. They were
Zero
just
sense.
let's get some pro wrestling in here, which I'm never against. It's just let's get some pro wrestling, more
Sure.
pro wrestling into this.
Yeah,
But it just was a weird choice because it didn't fit with the rest of the film.
yeah.
I get it. Like if it was just, it could have been anywhere. Like they could have
A
been
public place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they just happened to choose
Yeah,
that.
it could have been a baseball game, but instead they were like, let's be awesome and have it be wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to some hyper local wrestling matches in a Knights of Columbus or
Yeah.
Community Center or VFW. They're super fun.
Yeah,
if
me
you don't
too.
know that exists,
Yeah.
get on the internet, find one in your area. Fucking awesome. They're usually $4.
Yeah, I went to one in Philadelphia, ECW, before they were joined with WWF.
Yeah.
I went to one of those. It was in a high school gymnasium, and I threw a chair into the ring, and it started a whole thing. And people still talk about it. Like the people that I went with 35 years ago, every now and again will be like, remember when you threw a chair in the ring and started a fucking riot? I'm like, yeah, it's awesome.
What do we think what do we think about the device? I think that's what they called it.
The MacGuffin?
The device. Yeah, the cure for everything that ailed the script.
Yeah, it was just
the
it was a
device.
convenient thing. It's like, oh, how do we get this to happen or this
was
to work?
just
It's like,
like an
oh, it's just a
alien
device
bar
that
of
does something.
tungsten.
I've got a couple of questions. Like,
Sure.
how did we get two of them out of, okay, so the secret fucking black ops government agent or not government agency that's against us?
Wardex.
Wardex. They have the alien, they have 3 of these devices, they have all the files, they've got fucking everything, and we steal it.
Josh O'Connor stole one. Coleman Domingo stole one.
And then there was one still there.
Why did we leave one behind? Why would we do this?
Yeah, why not take all 3 at the
Yeah.
same time? I don't
So
know.
we give the not Pedro Pascal the power?
Well, then we wouldn't have a story.
I guess. Yeah. All right. Fair.
Yeah.
We got to make sure everyone's equally powered and has some sense of what these things do somehow.
Yeah.
There was one. I think they knew that I think Josh O'Connor stole one, and they kind of knew that. That's why they were after him. And then I forget what they said, but I think Coleman Domingo was using it for research or whatever, and then he absconded with. He had checked it out legitimately.
Oh, like a
from the
library
company.
book?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm gonna borrow the device for.
Well,
a
there
little bit
there
to
was
do
a
some
moment in the
stuff."
movie where there were 12 employees that didn't show up, so they had an idea of who the culprit could be.
Right.
Yeah, but I think they were using or testing or something that device. So that's how that they were stolen. They didn't steal the 2 at once.
And this goes
Got
back to the idea too of I don't mind so much that there's something in world that we don't have information on.
Sure.
So it's if whatever these devices were and we don't know how they work or whatever, I'm cool with that. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. But the idea that they just had whatever power you needed for that specific situation,
I like
that's
that.
that's what it was for.
I didn't mind that. What I did mind was that she was able to turn it into dust. Didn't love
Yeah,
that.
I guess if you use it too much, it disintegrates.
No, bullshit.
It's so weird.
Hate that. Hate that. It should be indestructible, made of alien technology, power,
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it was finite for sure. She used it too hard.
She
Again,
did.
it was just a plot convenience.
Yeah.
That's all it really. Most of this movie was just plot convenience. The things that happened just sort of happened. Even at the end when dude's girlfriend was bringing the device to the TV station, she didn't know who Emily Blunt's character was. But
oh,
she
shit, that's a good point.
But she just immediately walked in and handed it to her. And
Yeah.
it was just this oh, this is for you. And it was how did you know to give what is this?
Yo, is she the nurse from The Pit?
No.
Fuck.
No.
Okay.
Is she Pedro Pascal?
You know who I mean, though, right? The shitty nurse in The Pit who's
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. The
that's
Pit's
not the
another
same
great show.
one? Yeah,
No.
It's not her,
first,
though, yeah.
First season's great. Second season, terrible.
Yeah.
Of the Pit?
Yeah,
I
so
enjoyed
bad.
it.
No,
It's
boo.
not. I'm rewatching the first season. I did enjoy the second season of the Pick, but compared to the first season is incredible.
Mhm.
It's light
Yeah.
years.
I agree. I
more
guess
quality.
the second season is fine, but the first season exceptional.
This is our Disclosure Day / Grandma's Boy /
The
the
Pit.
Pit podcast. Yeah, it's
But
hard.
it's just funny because like we will want to talk about anything else other than Disclosure Day.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I do have that ability that a lot of people have. Is like I just fucking recognize actors from other shit.
Yeah.
Yours,
so, like,
though, is on a psychotic level.
The like thug dude that like worked for Wardex. I was like, oh, that's the bully from the Inbetweeners,
I'm not
which
even
is like
totally was. I
a
didn't
movie
put
from
that
the
together.
early 2000s.
Holy
yeah,
shit. That's
yeah.
so funny.
And I just kept thinking back to Inbetweeners episodes whenever he was on screen.
There was something about this movie that just made me feel like J.J. Abrams made it. And I'm not
Yeah.
a big J.J. fan.
I can see that.
And it was the lens flares and then like the weird like mystery box like
Yeah.
like MacGuffin, like we have to get here to get the thing so we can go to the next place. And like there was just these beats that I'm just like, who made this? This is bizarre.
And it was-
What's MacGuffin?
It's just a plot convenience. It's something
Okay.
like it's an item or something like that. You need to get to this thing so you can get to the next thing.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that's very much like a J.J. Abrams type of thing. And like a mystery box bullshit that he's used to is just like, oh, he'll give you some information on, say, like this can and put a lot of attention into it. And it's like, okay, that's got to come up some other way. And
Yeah.
like that's going to be important. Then just not say anything about it. And then it's just like, well, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
like I hope this pays off later down the road. And,
Right.
And then this movie did a lot of that, but didn't pay any of it off. Like it was setting things up that just went away because
Yeah,
the
right.
story moved forward already. So
Yeah, maybe you guys will disagree, but on topic, and it just came back to me as a way that I thought it was well done. Was if you recall in the movie Signs, the little girl was always leaving glasses of
Right.
water everywhere.
Yeah.
And her dad was like, "What the fuck? Like
Yeah.
you're always leaving water
I
everywhere."
do that.
And like you do, which is gonna save us one day.
Yeah.
And
I know.
you know, like that came back later, and I thought it was like well done because they did it enough and subtly in Signs. I feel it's been a long time since I've seen it, but it wasn't like they didn't hit it too hard.
Right.
They hit it often enough so that it came back. You're like, oh shit, the water.
Yeah.
You know, but it like I just felt like it was done a little bit better.
yeah.
Than, yeah. That's a good execution of that sort of thing.
And like one of the other ones would be like in, I don't know if you've seen Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, The Rise of Palpatine.
All the new ones run together for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
so what it was like there was like this thing that they had to get that told everyone where Luke Skywalker was, and then it also tells them like
Oh,
how
yeah, I
how to
remember
get to
that.
like Exegol where the
Yeah.
Palpatine was, and it was
That's
just like
the one with Adam Driver.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you needed this thing to like go here. So first they had this like dagger that like
Yeah.
led to the crashed Death Star, and it just happened to tell you exactly where to
Yeah.
go, and you had to go into there to get this other thing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
told
yeah.
you how to get this other place.
Yeah.
Fucking scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
So it's like that's kind of like it's a shitty way to tell a story,
Yeah.
but it does move the story forward and like it keeps people somehow interested.
Who was it called again? McGruffin?
A MacGuffin. Yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, it's like the Deus Ex Machina, like the ghost in the machine.
Oh, right,
It's
right, right.
they're
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
similar
Like
uses of
screenwriting,
these
like
are
the-
classic
yeah.
storytelling
Mhm.
things. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know these things.
You'll find them in like in literature as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, they're just like something that people do. Yeah, but yeah, that was like
McGruffin the dare dog?
that's McGruff, the
McGruff.
crime
You're
dog.
close.
The crime dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, with his trench coat, just
Yeah,
ready
exactly.
to
Yeah, that guy.
flash everybody at any moment.
But again, like even like in this, the discs that he had that had like all of the video footage like collected for
Yeah.
like decades of alien stuff. Like that kind of was a MacGuffin, but we all knew what it was. And
Yeah.
like that's the weird part. And like that's why the ending felt so underwhelming. It was just like, okay, yeah, we know what you have. We know what's in there. They show us kind of like in like the early in the
Yeah.
movie of like what it is that he has.
That's a good point. I feel like that's kind of maybe why I felt disappointed at the end, because like we knew that he had all the crazy he had the dirt,
Yeah.
and then when we saw the dirt, it was like, oh, this is the dirt. Like
Yeah.
it
But
just
but it wasn't
felt
like
a little short.
even
yeah.
if we knew what it was. That's why I think like having the disclosure day aspect of this happen early on and then watching like how humanity deals with it would have been like a better format for it rather
Right.
than just like, oh, here's like the course of a couple days they're chasing them so he can get this footage to a news network. It was
Dude.
just like, okay.
That
Maybe
reminds
there's a
me,
part two.
we have not even mentioned
The girlfriend?
the religious element.
Yeah, that's what I
And yes, the
I was
girlfriend who
waiting.
is a
Which
big
didn't-
part of the religious element.
Which didn't have to be in there at all either.
No,
I-
it was. I didn't hate it, but it was like on the side. They didn't do a good job of like meshing it overall
Right.
with the
Okay.
story.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like this phone call that they had. At one point, Emily Blunt's just calling this like nun that she used to like be
That is not what happened.
It's not
sister
Emily
of-
Blunt. It's the other lady.
It's the girlfriend.
Oh, it's the girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
The not pit nurse.
Yeah.
girl
I'm sorry. Yeah.
with the blue eyes.
Formerly none.
So like they
Yeah.
just had a
Jane.
phone call, and it was just like, "Do you think this is matters?" And then she's like, "No." And then that's it. Like it's like
yeah.
okay,
I
like, there's no
dis-
philosophical
No,
like
I
conversation
disagree.
happening.
I disagree. I think that they definitely, if this was like a movie that wanted to get more into that, it wasn't that type of movie. It was more of an action movie. But they did put this in. But when she first sees the footage and he shows her an interrogation where you see a fucking alien and she's like, oh my God, is that a child? And he's like, no. And she's like, is it fucking human? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is going to fuck people up. People are going to lose their faith. Like, people can't handle this. You cannot disclose this.
Right.
And I think that was really important. Not only the religion aspect, but the like challenge. You
But
know,
they didn't
everyone
really
else.
talk about it.
That's
That's
It
like,
was
the
good.
most that they talked about.
That was the most they talked about it, but it was really important.
to
I
your
think.
point. I wish they would have developed it more.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
me too. I think that it would have been a more impactful movie if they had done more of that type of digging instead of, I don't know, building a fucking house from the childhood and like another
Yeah.
car chase with a bunch of Dodge cars, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, open the movie. Like you could still have it set up like him stealing like all of the footage and like trying to leave the company that he's worked for, and then immediately getting to a news network. Like he escapes them, gets to a news network,
I think
shows them, discloses it all, and then it's just like you watch if like how like society deals with that information. Like,
I think your idea is wonderful for Disclosure Day Part 2.
yeah. I hope they don't make another one.
I did like the older nun lady. the
She was
mother.
like
She
a
was good.
babe somehow. And
Yeah.
I felt like she like knew more than she was saying. Like, I don't know. There was something special about her.
Yeah.
I can't even describe in words what it was, but she was like interesting,
Could've
even though she
seen
didn't have
more
a.
of her. Yeah, Elizabeth Marvel. What up?
How do you know that?
Because I looked it up just recently.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, what was she in?
This.
Bobby did his homework.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Yeah, I was
fair.
like, I need something to talk about.
Yeah, fair. You taking notes and looking shit up. And I'm just like, it was good. And it wasn't that guy. But they did circle back to it though. Jane, the girlfriend with the beautiful blue eyes, is having she used to be a nun and she lost her faith in man, not in her faith in God. And she left the church. So this is a big conflict for her. And so she calls up the babe nun again at one point, and the babe nun is like, oh, they quote something from Genesis about man something or another, and the babe nun corrects her and says on earth, you know, and
Mhm.
her
Yeah,
take
we're the most supreme being like on earth.
on earth
That God
right.
created. Yeah.
Right, where yes, exactly. Sorry, everyone. I
Yeah.
didn't do my homework. I should have looked that up before I started fucking talking about it. But she immediately, even though she doesn't know anything's going on with aliens, she immediately is on board with the fact that there probably are other species.
Mhm.
And it would be crazy for us to think that God would create only us, that he made this enormous universe just
Yeah.
for us would be crazy.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that it's not a leap to think that her character is this kind of seasoned nun
Right.
has contemplated these ideas. Are
course.
we alone in the universe? Kind of ideas before. I felt like that would have been an more interesting storyline
Yeah.
to beef
Sure.
up, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was the moment with Emily Blunt where she's like, "I don't want to be anybody's god," but that was like, it's not bad, but it was like kind of out of place a little bit, almost in that moment. It's like,
Yeah, that was something.
giving a
that-
little more around it because it makes sense. She was very much like and they alluded to it earlier. They're like, people will worship these aliens as gods or
Right.
whatever. And again, I just felt like it was a little undercooked. Not a bad idea.
No.
A little undercooked and
Yeah.
not a finished product.
I think it
Yeah.
became more of an action movie.
Spread's a little doughy. You know what I mean? the
Ew.
bread is the idea.
Yeah. Gross. I didn't
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I said.
Yeah.
Undercooked, dude.
Yeah, okay,
Exactly.
so
Yeah, make it
little-
better.
Doughy. Yucky. I did like though that they did go back to the season nun and follow up you know, because like you guys are talking about, there wasn't a lot of follow up on a lot of the started ideas. But I felt like that one actually does go full circle because it does give Jane, the girlfriend, permission to get on board with disclosing this, you know, and so she becomes an ally in the mission to
Yeah.
get the USB sticks to the TV station.
And she does use her like crucifix to give herself stigmata while she's trying to keep Colin Firth out of her mind.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. I liked it. So okay.
Oh, but maybe a little underdeveloped,
Uh,
a little doughy.
I mean,
Most of this was.
this movie was a little doughy.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like I would say 90% of this movie was dough.
Just leave it in the oven for another 7-8 minutes. You know?
Apparently,
Yeah.
I don't mind my bread a little undercooked. I had a good time.
I did that. I mean, I do want to circle back to that. Like again, the pacing was good. There were like a lot of films are not well paced, and I see a lot of films, and a lot of them fucking suck. And I'm like, God, this movie. I'm checking my watch, and it's dragging. And I didn't experience that with this movie. I was there. I was present. I was in it. It was paced well. I think the potential to make a better film was there.
Can I
Yeah.
bring up one?
No, hard.
All
no.
right.
Yep. No. Let's have it. Give it. To us.
There is like something I caught in a movie, and I usually have an eye out for this type of stuff, and it involves like real world conspiracy that is in a lot of media. Are you familiar with MK Ultra?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is a sub project of MK Ultra called Project Monarch, and it has to do with essentially using people as like sex slaves and like brainwashing them through like being a sex slave and just like causing a lot of trauma like breaking people and things like that, which MK Ultra was kind of known for. And Project Monarch, a lot of people speculate when in movies when you see butterflies.
Right. I've heard about this.
And then the actress who's on screen during that or is involved with that imagery is usually under control, and they are being controlled and have a handler and things like that, and will play ball outside of the film itself.
Right.
And that's like their way of calling, like at least like announcing that this person's on board. So yeah, there was a moment, which is interesting too, because her character, when Emily Blunt was like walking into her childhood bedroom, there was butterflies everywhere, and I'm like, I immediately went to Project Monarch in my head, and
there was something that butterflies were mentioned multiple times,
Right.
Like by her. I don't remember what context, but yeah.
But also, it's interesting too because her character itself was also like essentially traumatized as a kid,
Yeah.
mind controlled,
Yeah.
like broken to the point where like there was an alter ego implanted in her, like. So there's so much of that conspiracy that is like baked into the movie, even though like on like it's kind of like a need to know level. If you have an understanding of how that works and like look for that stuff in like past movies, like this was like by the book, like what happened to her is essentially what Project Monarch was.
Right.
And like I'm not saying Emily Blunt is part of Project Monarch or is controlled or has a handler or anything like that, or it is like a sex slave by any means, but it
I
is
think
it is
that
an
is what he
interesting
said,
maybe it is. I'm
I
kidding.
mean, that's
He
what I
didn't say
heard.
she wasn't.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, like it's interesting to see that like so prevalent and like almost to like down to the letter of like what Project Monarch is and like the conspiracy of like showing those things and like what relationships are when you see like butterflies and actresses. And it's like her character just embodied all of that. Like it was written for that, essentially. It was crazy.
Do you now think though that there's a possibility that aliens are in charge of Project Monarch?
No, I would still say that's
Man.
yeah, that's still
Man
us
situation.
playing with ourselves. Like,
That's just us playing with ourselves.
As we're wont to do.
I would like to say, sorry, Greg, I got nothing to say to that at all. But
Okay.
except thank you for sharing.
this is the Conspiracy Journal podcast. I
No.
figured I'd throw something
I
like that
know.
because it was very much like it was like a hidden in plain sight type of thing.
Yeah. I want you to tell me, but I don't have anything to say.
Okay. No, it was just something I made a note and like pointed. Because whenever I watch movies and like I see that happen, like I'm just like, oh wow, like it really
You're
is.
in the know.
It really is like it's not every movie, but like it's enough that you're just like, oh, that's interesting. And like the character or the actress is kind of known for being like promiscuous or like has like this like sort of lifestyle or like comes off a certain way and like is portrayed in certain way in movies. And then yeah, like that imagery is always connected with these actresses. It's interesting.
Michelle's laughing very
Dying.
hard. Yeah.
Craig's basically like, did you see what she was wearing?
Kinda, yeah. See that butterfly? I feel like that crazy person, like, you don't even know what butterflies mean, man.
But you know what else is crazy? I have a 1990s butterfly tattoo.
There it is. You're part
Am
of
I
it.
in?
You're part of it.
Shit. Do I have a handler? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna change the subject. We're gonna leave butterfly zone. And I just want to say that, like, one of the things that Bobby brought up earlier was like some of the footage that we see in this is very similar to the footage we see in real life.
They've been disclosing as of late.
So I mean, a part of the hype lately also has been like, you know, our government is actually giving us fucking quote unquote disclosure.
Yeah, it's
And-
not happening.
I know. And this movie's coming out at the same time. Like, it all just felt like a big deal. And at the end of this movie, when they are playing the footage to the nation, presumably to the world, to the world, people are all staring at their phones. The newscaster is crying, you know, like there is a reaction, a really big reaction, you know, and the newscaster is saying things like, we'll never be the same
Yeah.
after this, you know? This is what I wanted to happen in real life with a lot of the footage that has been coming out that the government's been releasing. And it's not, no one gives a flying fuck,
Yeah.
you know, no one's crying.
Yeah.
No one thinks anything has changed. And I think, I don't know this to be true, but I think that it still seems like if you believe in UFOs, you're a kook, even though
Yeah.
the government is releasing videos of UFOs.
It's interesting to see how many people are on the anti-conspiracy theorist side that are now saying, well, you believe the government, and it's just because
Yeah, it's a good point.
and it's like,
yeah.
welcome to the party.
Yeah,
You're like, remember when you were calling me a lunatic before?
Right,
Like
yeah.
now you're like, don't trust the government.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's
Yeah.
it's cool to see that happen.
It is weird too. Like people, I think a lot of maybe quote unquote normal people now believe in UFOs,
Maybe.
but they like still like don't believe in aliens
Right.
because they like haven't
Yeah.
seen that yet.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, yeah, like oh, I saw
Sure.
the thing. Like
It's like a
there's
slow
some
drip
stuff
of
flying
info.
around. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you really got to present it to some people.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What is wrong with everyone?
I think it was David Grush. He just came out and like in a press conference was describing the different races of aliens and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's like, is no one watching this?
Why doesn't anybody care?
Yeah, like how what?
Yeah.
And of course, like I'm wildly skeptical as to like
Yeah.
when the government starts releasing information like this
Of
and like,
course.
the timing and why and what the information is. So it's like I get why people might not give a shit, but at the same time too, it's like, yo, the government's saying this now.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
And that was kind of why I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for more of the disclosure stuff in this film that like the people might actually care about. Like I thought maybe they were going to disclose that was like, we did start the Iraq war so that Halliburton and Dick Cheney could make billions of dollars.
Right,
Like I thought it
yeah.
was going to be like
Yeah.
those types of disclosures,
Yeah.
you know? I didn't know it was going to be specific to aliens. And I don't know, maybe people won't give a shit about that when that comes, even though that's already kind of out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but not in the same way to the mainstream, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought that
Yeah, I thought there was going to be more substance to
the
like,
disclosures.
but just like the idea of what it would be like to do this. Like there wasn't really a discussion of the information that they were giving out. Like it was just like, here it is. And then it was like, okay. like
Yeah.
nothing in this, like I didn't care about anything happening in this
Yeah.
movie. Like
Yeah.
everything just played out and I'm like, I don't care about the characters. I don't feel invested in anything that's happening. And then by the time like the end comes, I'm just like, this was a waste of time. Like I didn't there was nothing for me to like cheer for or something. It was
I
just
would have
like,
enjoyed more if they like took the approach of like it was like a Snowden type deal,
okay.
and he was
Yeah.
like taking asylum in Russia, you know, and like
Yeah.
that sort of I don't know,
Yeah.
like international diplomatic element, you know, to suppressing this information, that kind of stuff.
It was almost like they tried to do all of that. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? They did a little bit of an
Yeah.
action, a little bit of an Independence Day, a little bit of a Snowden, a little bit, you know what I mean?
With their religious element.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It definitely had like I'm not trying to compare these movies, but it felt like E.T. and Close Encounters
Yeah.
kind of meshed together.
There were elements where you're like, this is a Spielberg thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah, it felt like a Spielberg movie. Like, and I understood like I don't know,
And I don't mean that in a bad way. My tone sounded like that. Shit, he was real fucking Spielberg about it. No, in like a fun way,
Yeah,
where like there was
there's a-
recognizable things from my childhood that I was like, I like this.
there was still levity to it where like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
felt like a good time, but then it was like grounded in like all of this like dark, serious stuff. But then like like the war docs, was that it?
War decks.
War decks. Like they were just like bumbling buffoons
Yeah.
and then just so easily beatable. Like, and like, again, that's a Spielberg thing. And that's what made me think of like E.T., where it was just like all the cops were just like
I love
standing
the
around
fire
like, I
truck
don't know what I'm
scene.
doing.
That was
There's
good.
there's a part. So there's this one guy who is trying to help us get to the next zone, you know, from safe house to safe house
He like
or whatever.
ostensibly works for the resistance.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Hugo.
And Hugo fucking rolls up with 2 fire trucks.
Oh,
No,
no,
it's
no,
not.
no.
It's the other guy. It's
Santiago.
Hugo's helper, Santiago.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Santiago.
Sorry. Santiago works for Hugo, though. And he's a good guy. He's like the feet on the ground, getting us from place to place. He's our homie. He rolls up with 2 fucking fire trucks, everyone in fireman outfits. And what a fucking brilliant plan. Like, of course, no one looks twice at a fire truck. You just let it go through, you know? So we're basically almost busted, but we get out because we're firemen now. And we go to a hangar, and that's where we find the house has been built and all that shit happens. But then, there
was
Colin Firth.
Colin Firth. Yeah.
He shows up, and he, Emily Blunt. She she takes the tool, the machine, the device, the alien device, and makes all of them invisible, including the fire trucks and the house and everything. And that was really fucking cool. So all of the bad guys come into an empty hangar.
But then like they know how the thing works and they walked in and they can see the heat signature that something's there. They can hear them there. Like, why not just start shooting into the nothing?
Michelle's holding up a hand to Greg. Yeah.
Fucking too many questions.
But like,
okay.
they see that they're there and they're immediately like, I don't know what this is. And it's like, you're supposed to like know how all of this works.
I just gotta say, you're both right. Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
it was cool the way it was done, and it was like it was too quick and
Yeah.
weird, and the way they.
I mean, he figured it out
Yeah.
pretty quickly. He was like, wait, everybody be quiet. We can hear them walking around. We can see on the heat ray iPad that they're right there.
Yeah,
You know, so he was onto it and he could see the device. He's like, follow the device. He knew what was happening.
there was a funny shot when they came and got him with the fire trucks. They came with the fire trucks and gear to look like firemen, but then the shot when they're driving through the streets, there's like firemen hanging on the side of the truck, like
Yeah.
riding on the side of the truck. He has fucking blue jeans on.
Oh,
He's got the
Ah,
jacket, but
bullshit.
blue jeans.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I've seen a lot of firemen
Was
in the
that a mistake?
streets. Like, I know that when you, I've done a volunteer fireman stint. Like, I know the gear. Like, when you pop into it, you don't just skip the pants.
No,
Just
that's
saying.
like where your shoes are and
The pants
everything.
are the
aren't
first
You
thing
honestly
you
just start with the
Yeah.
pants. Your boots and your pants are one unit.
Yeah.
So you
And
can
you
step
jump
into
in
the
it.
boot and fucking
Yeah.
pull your pants and your suspenders up. You fucking get your
Hot.
jacket, your helmet.
So
You
hot.
do the,
I
you
can't
do
even
the
look at
deal.
you.
So,
Don't
yeah.
even.
so
What?
anyways, get your fucking blue jeans out of here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We call bullshit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, that was fucking fun as shit. I love that scene so much. Oh, that's where she fucking disintegrates the machine.
Mm-hmm.
The device, the MacGuffin.
The device.
The MacGuffin device.
So because she made everybody invisible, it was too much power. And so her alien technology device,
Yeah.
it turned to dust.
It felt very like Superman-esque. With
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely was
Something.
like a piece of kryptonite.
going to dust in a way. Yeah.
For whatever. That's the only problem I have with this whole movie.
It kind of, yeah, I'm just like thinking to your, that like knockdown drag out argument that you guys just had.
Yeah.
That like, it was
That
just
I
like,
won.
they just like,
I don't know who won.
they kind of cut their own legs
Greg-
off. Like it was,
Greg knows jujitsu. I don't have a jiu.
it was a cool idea.
It
And,
was.
and then they were just like, we can see through the idea.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can see through the cool idea. They kind of
Yeah.
like cut their own legs off in that.
I guess
scene,
that's a
I
good
think.
point.
Yeah,
It was still fun. Though.
it would have
Loved
like it could have been a much longer and cooler scene.
it
Those
could've,
elements
yeah.
for those guys to like get to
There
the
were-
conclusion that they were in the warehouse.
There
Yeah.
were a lot of like
know.
fun ideas in this. I just feel like they drug them out too far, and then they like you're just pointing
Or
out
not
like,
far enough.
they just but then they just like kill their idea. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
something that just destroys like the cool thing that they just built into, and then it's over.
Okay, so we got doughy bread, and we're chopping our own legs off.
Yeah.
Damn.
This sounds like a fun movie.
Okay.
Gingerbread man, undercooked gingerbread man with no legs.
All right, there's one thing I need to talk about, which I was reminded of ET, right? Because I don't know what's going on ever. I never thought about a Spielberg movie while I was watching the Spielberg movie
Okay.
until the very end when they roll the alien out in a fucking wheelchair
Yeah.
with a little
With a little
fucking
tent.
Iron
dome
lung.
over it.
Little- yeah.
The most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, it's kind of like E.T. It was the only moment I had where I was like, oh, it's Spielberg.
Where did you get that? They're just like, you just, yo, bring fucking Larry down to the cable network.
I guess we were led to believe
Mm-hmm.
that this was the alien that visited them as children. Because they were like, look at how old this alien is. That was
Yeah.
like a very
That's true.
specific choice. That was like, this alien is old. So I believe that we're
How'd
led-
they get that alien?
I have to like hold my face together because that was so insane. Why did they make a it was old. It was like an old Yoda alien. Like, what the fuck was going on in this scene?
Yeah.
Full stop. Like,
I like how-
what?
Hugo at a certain point like walked over to Colin Firth and like puts his hand on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
like,
like, see this, buddy?
We're friends.
We're
now.
friends.
We're friends now.
Yeah.
Like it was like, what is happening?
the
Like it's
fuck?
And it was funny, like we're led to believe that the aliens that like age like us. It was essentially an alien like granddad in a wheelchair with
Yeah.
a blanket on his legs to keep him warm.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
that kind of vibe. I just feel like it would have been more effective. Like the alien didn't need to age at all. They could have just rolled the alien in
Yeah.
and had Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor been like, it's you.
Yeah,
Or,
or
something
whatever.
really
Yeah.
similar. And I feel like it would have driven the idea home more effectively and been less weird.
It's
And,
funny,
like,
even you saying that's the alien that abducted. Like I had no idea. I was
But
like,
it's
there's
gotta
just
be other. Like, why is it old like that? You know what I mean?
I just figured
and
they
there was
had
like a
it.
recognition.
Yeah.
When because the alien spoke to them.
Right.
They like Josh O'Connor understood it because he has language of the universe.
Right, right.
Then he whispered in Emily Blunt's ear.
Yeah,
And then
and
she was
then
like,
she-
"Listen,
Listen.
roll credits.
the end.
Yeah.
Look, listen. Everybody.
It was an incredible ending.
Yeah.
Okay, how your brain immediately was like, oh, that's the alien that abducted them. My brain was like,
Larry.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's the alien that Hugo is buddies with, and that's why Hugo knows everything because it's a buddy.
I think those are both correct.
True.
Yeah.
So I think that
And that's how, because Hugo knew what the gifts they were given specifically. He was like,
So-
you were given this gift and you were given this gift. Somebody fucking told him that.
But
I'm
he
just
didn't know
saying.
Robot Ears like had a gift until
he
like
did. No,
I think-
he
until like
admitted.
later in the movie.
No,
I think
you
Hugo-
didn't know
Hugo knew.
that Hugo knew because
No, because
Colin,
like,
Colin Firth didn't know. He was like, I didn't know he was an experiencer, but
Yeah.
Hugo fucking knew the whole time that he was an experiencer.
Exactly. And even Robot Ears was like, did you fucking recruit me because I have robot ears? And he was like, I did. Yeah.
yeah, I just missed all that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, who would have ever thought that he would grow up to have robot ears? For real. That's so crazy.
He does have fucking robot ears, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely.
How could he see me?
All the fucking wavelengths of the universe, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking bouncing around those robot ears, making sense. Yeah.
oh, fuck. Man.
This movie, the John Williams score wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I felt like it accented weird parts of the movie that didn't need it.
Yeah.
Like, but it definitely without his music, like I would have probably walked out like the people who were sitting in front of
Some
us
people
did.
right in front of us did
Did they leave?
Yeah, for sure.
There were a couple groups of people I saw taking
Man,
off. Yeah.
there were a
Yeah.
couple people a couple of seats down from me that I wanted to leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fucking dickheads.
Yeah, it was probably like 10 minutes into the movie. Then I watched like a couple leave. And then
Wow.
maybe another 15, 20 minutes after that, the people that were in front of us left.
Crazy. I always disregard everything. I just think they're going to the bathroom or getting more popcorn or being a fucking asshole and getting up in my way.
I mean, I had that whole thought process in my head. I saw him leave, and I was like, I wonder if they're going to like refill their refreshments. But I was like, would they go at the exact same time?
both
like that?
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And then I was like, nah, I think they left.
Wow.
Which is-
I didn't hate this movie, you guys.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it warranted a 35-minute walkout, you know, like into it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they thought it was going to be something different.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to anyone.
Really?
That's my final.
Dang.
Like it's not worth it. Like I would feel bad, like recommending this to somebody.
Wow.
Because I get recommendations from some people and I watched a movie and I'm like, I can't trust anything you say anymore.
Wow.
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 Good to know. Fucking, hey, if you're thinking about giving Greg a movie rec, tread lightly.
You
know,
better come correct,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it. It's just my taste and stuff, but there was so much in this. I was just like, who's like on board for this? And like, who's watching this like a second, third, fourth time? Like, that's really into this movie. It's like, it's fine if you're going to watch it once and be like, okay, I saw it, but you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't feel disappointed.
I wasn't disappointed. I'm not going to watch it again, though.
I'm not going to watch it again.
But you'll recommend other people watch this thing that you're not going to watch again?
Yeah. Bevan, go watch this movie.
What I better.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bevan.
Yeah. Bevan.
Bevan.
We love Bevan.
So if you're anybody but Bevan, you know, choose your own adventure. Go see
right.
this or don't.
Yeah.
You know, some of us.
And that's the thing.
Michelle
like-
says yes. Greg says no. I'm in the middle
Yeah.
as to whether or not you, listener, should go see this film.
And I don't mind like when people like I like having a discussion too when there's a movie that I hate and like someone likes it and like we can discuss it. Cool. Like and like I'm a big fan of like what you like. Like
Yeah.
If this is your fucking the best thing you've ever seen, like awesome. Like I'm psyched you found something that like is that good. But
I don't trust you.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not I can't I can't trust any recommendations you give me.
I mean, I'm not going to watch this movie again, but I would like to watch the end again because what the fuck with that alien scene? I'd like to just like watch it again so I could properly make fun of
It
it.
was weird though. I just gotta like the props, like what was like over the alien. It looked like something you would get in like the Ace Hardware Garden Center, or maybe like a clear thing that you'd store a quilt in under your bed. Was like zipped
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
This alien,
Yeah.
like it was a weird
Yeah.
choice. It was like, yo, y'all got some fucking money to make this movie, and that's what you rolled in
So
with.
true. But it also didn't make any sense that it even needed to be
No,
wrapped up. Like
yeah.
it didn't need to be wrapped up. I don't even think it needed to be in a wheelchair. Like
That's what I'm saying.
the
It could, like
fuck?
give me that information in a different way. Like,
It was so ridiculous.
and it was also, I do believe that they were trying to tell us that this was, but it was unclear. That, like, not everybody came to the same conclusion that I did, that this was the alien that had touched them when they were kids.
But think
you know?
about too, like when they wheel it out, as soon as it's rolling in, like I know what's in there.
right.
Yeah.
Like there was no surprise that, but like they revealed it as if it was gonna be like, oh my god, and it was just like
Yeah.
no one, like we
Yeah.
know what this is. Like
Yeah.
for like the entire movie, we knew the name of the movie's disclosure that we know the information. You don't have to hide anything. Like
Yeah.
we know what the premise of this is.
Yeah, you showed
Do
us
not say
aliens
this.
like 20 minutes in the video.
It's in
like
the trailer. There's an alien.
Yeah.
Like we know it's coming. You're not surprising us. There's no reveal happening. Just like get it over with. Why are you hiding it from us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Why are you hiding it from us?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's like a real question for our government.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. I think what you're really mad about is reality and
Yeah.
not this movie.
This movie's a
I have a lot
distraction
going
from
on
what
in
they're
my life.
actually trying to hide from us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
is actually, you know.
Yeah.
My whole thought is if it can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth. So if there's someone thinking like, oh, well, the truth, if they release this, then it's like, well, then it deserves to die. Like if it's like, that's the whole point of it. Like just release it and see what happens. Just give us the information. We're all adults. We'll figure it out. And if we end up destroying ourselves because of the truth, then I guess that's what we do. Like, don't hide it from us. And then who gets to decide what's good information for us and what's not? Like, the idea that these people that are in control of all of this information is just like, we got to fucking not give them that. And it's like, well, you know it. Your brain didn't melt.
Right.
Just let us have the info and then we'll move on. Like, stop fucking hiding all of this stuff.
No, you will worship them as deities.
Yeah.
And we
and
can't handle
we can't handle that.
Yeah.
Obviously,
That's
we're doing
the
it for your protection, Greg.
conceit of this film.
Yeah,
It's all for
you
you. We
protecting
hate you
me from
because we
me.
love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I mean, I don't have. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I have enjoyed my theater going experience.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had a great time.
I enjoyed going out with you guys to see it.
That was fun.
That was it was a nice night out.
It was. It's summer. It's summer in the city.
Yeah.
Hot time.
We went to the movies,
Nixon 5.
bro. Just so that everyone knows, Nixon 5 happened 15 minutes after we got out of the movies.
Yeah.
It was.
It was
the
8
best
seconds.
part.
8
It was the
seconds
best
left
part
on
of
the
movie.
timer.
Our journey getting home from the theater would have been a better film.
Absolutely.
It was fucking chaos out there. It was great. It was really fun to see people, everybody on the streets, everybody turn out, having a good time.
It was. It was. I love New York City. I love being here. The Conspiracy Journal headquarters is spitting distance from the garden. So we're in it. Drowning.
Whether we like it or
yeah,
not, we're in it.
drowning in Nick's fever right now, and we love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Well, yeah.
that's
Thanks,
it.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
That's right.
Yeah. And
Okay.
don't go see Disclosure Day.
Listen.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to,
Listen.
that's your thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you thought this was going to be like Spielberg back to his fucking getting back to the roots of his coolness, then you're going to be disappointed.
Well, just like in the movie, the real big reveal is listen.
Listen. Goodbye.
Bye.